What's good, YouTube and Twitch? We're live streaming and new cards for Battle of Chaos have dropped. I also haven't read all the free agents, so we're gonna go over one that I think is super overhyped that I have read. But let's go ahead and start with the cards that we haven't read but have seen and are pretty hyped. We have a new Dream Mirror, alright? So I have no clue how you're gonna fix Dream Mirrors with one card. Good luck, have fun. Level 3, Dark Fiend Effect Monster, 1000, 1000. So it's tour guidable, I suppose. You can only use the first and second effects of this card's name once per turn each. If this card is normal or special, I like that, you can add one Neroy the Dream Mirror Disciple from your deck to your hand, then you can make this card become light. Is that the other newer one, or is there a second new one? I think that's the other newer one, if I'm not mistaken. You can tribute one other Dream Mirror monster. Choose one Dream Mirror monster with a different level from that monster in your deck and add a Dream Mirror Joy or Terror from your deck to your hand. And if you do special summon the chosen monster in defense. Wow, that's weird wording. Choose a Dream Mirror monster with a different level from your deck. What kind of designation stuff is this? This is very interesting. So you not only get a field spell, but then you special summon on top, and finally you're not stuck going between one or another. You reach across to the other side and get to levels you want. That's pretty actually good for this deck. I don't think it suddenly boosts them into metagame potential, but I really like this one card fixer. It's pretty decent overall. All right, next up we have a new Samorg card, the Bald Eagle. We got Samorg, Bird of Extermination, a level 4. So there's just a ton of archetype updates here. Level 4 Darkwing Beast effect monster, 1800/500. You can only use the first and second effects of this card's name once per turn. If you normal or special summon a Wing Beast monster during your main phase, you can reveal this card in your hand. Immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon a Samorg monster. Okay, I thought this was just going to be generic Wing Beast extender for all the new Wing Beast types, but no, it keeps in the Samorg family, but it does immediately normal after any normal or special. That is still a really cool extender that helps Samorgs mix with the Wing Beast engines that are so good. If this card is normal summoned specifically, which again, you can normal summon any Samorg monster, so he's included, you can send a Samorg monster from deck to graveyard, then add a Samorg spell or trap from your deck. I said smell. It does stink that it is all an archetype, but I like cards like this. Superior advantage, abilities, extension within a deck that fits its typing. I like this. That is pretty darn good. What video? We're react-andying 2 cards right now. We have a new Lilith card, in that Alice Lady of Lament. That's why she is a blonde. Blondes have more fun. So Alice, we're going with a fairy tale, yet she's become a demon, gone to the dark side. Level 3, Dark Fiend Effect Monster, 0/2000. You can only use the first and third effects of this card's name once per turn. Once I saw this, I marked out a little. I was like, yeah, all these legacy updates, but this, we're definitely doing it. But I hadn't read any effects yet. You can banish one trap from your hand or graveyard, special summon this card from your hand. Interesting extension ability for a level 3 Dark Fiend. That's definitely pretty cool, especially Dark. When this card is normal summon, target a Lady of Lament monster in your graveyard and special summon it. Finally, something that ties them all together as kind of an archetype. If this card is tributed or destroyed by your opponent, you can add one Fiend monster whose combined attack and defense equal 2000 from your deck to your hand, except Alice Lady of Lament. So not herself. But if it's tributed, it's allowed to, so it's not relying only on the opponent. Not bad overall. I like the summoning condition. I like the abilities. Pretty good. You have an extension play, a further extension play. Not bad at all. Ogdoadic Flood. Oh, we're updating the Ogdoadics. Okay, a continuous spell. You can only use the first and second effects of this card's name once per turn. Okay, each once per turn. You can send one monster from your hand or field to the graveyard. Then target a reptile monster with a different original attribute. Remember, there's darks and lights. Special summon it. Hand or field, so the resource is still there. This is continuous, though, so it'll allow you to swap it like that a lot. During the main phase, if a monster is sent to your opponent's graveyard, you can send the reptile monster from deck to graveyard, so continuously is able to do that once. They have good graveyard effects, if I recall. Does it fix everything? Go crazy? Not necessarily, but it's not a bad card for the archetype. I see what they're doing there. I don't... Oh, new Usartic. Come on, fix the deck. Do it. Come on. Are they really trying to reach back and make Ancient Guardians money? Make Ancient Guardians great, finally? Usartic Radiation is a continuous spell. You can only activate this card by placing 7 counters on it. That's unusual. It doesn't even say what kind of counters. Shouldn't they be Usartic counters? You can only control 1 Usartic Radiation. Each time an Usartic monster is special summoned from the extra deck, you can remove a counter from this card and draw a card. Oh, Synchro Climb Advantage. That's pretty nice. And it's every time. It doesn't say it's like a once per turn on that. Once per turn during each end phase, you can target an Usartic card in your graveyard, accept Usartic Radiation, and shuffle it into the deck. They did so much fixing here, actually. This is great, because you're able to Synchro Climb to a degree, but the deck feels too fair. This fixes the too fair part, and you can draw up to 7 cards? That's crazy. And there's no limit. It says keep going, keep going. Wow. That actually is pretty cool for Usartic. Snake card's not bad as a one-of. Yeah, it doesn't like go super exciting, help the archetype fix itself. But that archetype's already semi-rogue. Like, it's not even rogue in the metagame, but it's okay. Now, this was pretty darn cool. I really like this card. I like this card. And while the Smorg is pretty cool too, I feel like all of it's like, okay, updates. We're going Legacy into the game, but we're not overpowering. We're doing fair. I like this middle ground a lot. Whenever I'm disappointed in reveals, where it's mid-range, it's like, I wish this deck could top a regionals. What I'm hoping for cards to do. I don't need it to be broken, crazy, game-breaking, go to the next level, go into mechanics, but I want it to be able to help it top regionals. Now, talking about overhyped, I haven't read some of these, but I have read this card, and everybody's popping off with, like, basically clickbait levels of things because, oh, the crossout designator that's gonna be budget or crossout designator, this, that. This card is no crossout designator. Let's read this card. Normal spell card. You can only activate 1 card with this card's name per turn. Declare 1 card name. Oh, crossout designator, crossout designator. For the rest of the turn, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects with the same original card name as the declared card name. Wow, it stops him. What's it gonna do versus the built board? Force 1 activation. Like you, Dark Ruler and Amor is more effective. All these other cards are more effective. This card is basically worse Prohibition to me. And then for the rest of the duel, you cannot activate cards or effects with the same original name as the declared card. If this card said for the rest of this turn and until the opponent's next end phase, something like that, something longer than 1 term, where if you can call in the Bureau, you can do that anyways with Prohibition, and it continues to stop it. You can't use it for the rest of the duel anyway, so Prohibition's better. Like, people are freaking out to get to use it on hand traps and force boards. Prohibition already, it's a worse Prohibition. That's it. Let's go through and see what else is here in the quote-unquote free agents. We have Mad Hacker, level 2 Dark Cyberse, more Cyberse goodness. You can only use the first and second effects once per turn. If a monster is special summoned to your opponent's field, special summon this card from the hand. During the end phase, you can banish this card from the field. Take control of the monster your opponent controls with the lowest attack you choose if timed. While that monster is face up on your field, its effects can't be activated. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck, except Link monsters. Worse Crackdown, kind of. Not susceptible spell and trap at lowest. You don't even get to choose. Catnip Li Hua is a level 2 when the beast effect monster, attack 0/0. You can only use this effect once per turn. You contribute this card, then target 1 level 2 monster in your graveyard, except for Catnip, special summon it. Then you can special summon a level 2 monster with different attributes from your hand. So not a deck resource or anything too crazy, but still a nice card to add to the level 2 beast engine. Then we have Recklessness and Punishment, normal trap. If your life points is lower than your opponent, activate one of these effects. Destroy a monster your opponent controls with attack equal to or lower than the life points difference. Special summon a monster from graveyard with attack equal to or lower than the difference. Kind of plays with a new card, and so does the next one of having lower life points and getting an advantage out of it. You have the evil eyes on the art too, which is kind of neat, but it's okay. And finally, end of the line, people are freaking out about this. If your life points is less than 100, draw 2 cards. So basically, we're looking at the next effect. If your life points is lower than 10, draw 2 cards. It says lower than, not equal to. So you would have to, like, use Utopia Prime or half yourself over 8 times to even get there. Like, crazy to try to get to draw 4 cards, but Utopia Prime is probably the most realistic way. I told you guys that's a penny stonk with only 2 printings with the Utopia stuff. Seems to support that the most, but still has to be lower than to get that. But less than 100 is very easily achievable with that effect. That being said, a lot of these felt overhyped, clickbaited to me a bit in terms of like, yeah, the next crossout designator or the crossout designator solver. Like, okay, like, why are you calling hand traps that might not be? Like, prohibition would be a thing if that was meant to be. But these cards, I'm a little bit more hopium for in terms of I like them. They're neat. They go in the set well. This is what pack filler should be. Setting the ship right on certain decks. This is a little bit game breaking a bit for that deck, making an unfair card for a very fair archetype. Thanks for watching today's video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the conversation. And there was one more card before I forgot, the new Mutant Mutator. It is a level 1 psychic effect monster water. Yo, Wormax, we will be playing more Wormax on stream, I see.
Wormax better than you.
Well, I've been playing a lot of Wormax. It's so fun. I'm so addicted. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. If you control a mutant card, you can special summon this card from your hand. Okay. So this is pretty easy to get out there. You can tribute this card, then banish a mutant card from hand or deck, and you want to do that from the deck. Special summon one monster from your hand or deck based on the banished card, and then lose life points equal to the original attack. So ouchies. Also goes with the lower life point theme going on in this set. Monster, mutant beast, spell, mutant mist, trap, mutant arsenal, and you sometimes want to have those banished resources. So specials out easily, turns out into something else easily. Pretty good card overall for Mutant. So I'm loving all this legacy support and small updates for decks, helping give something to them where there really wasn't all that much. And I like to see the Laments also updated. But please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the conversation. Thanks for joining live during the streams. Super appreciated, everybody.